Have you ever looked up at the sky and seen a long white line stretching behind an airplane? Sometimes it looks like a cloud, sometimes it stretches across the entire sky, and sometimes it disappears almost as quickly as it forms. So what exactly are those white trails airplanes leave behind? Are they smoke, pollution, or something else entirely? Those lines are called contrails, short for condensation trails, and they form because of something simple that happens high above the Earth: cold air and water vapor. To understand why contrails appear, we need to look at what happens when an airplane flies at high altitude. Most commercial airplanes cruise at around 30,000 to 40,000 feet above the ground. Up there, the air is incredibly cold. Temperatures can drop to -40 degrees or even colder. At the same time, jet engines produce exhaust gases when they burn fuel. One of the main things created during this combustion process is water vapor. Just like when you see your breath on a cold winter day. When that hot exhaust leaves the engine, it mixes with the extremely cold air surrounding the plane. The sudden temperature change causes the water vapor to condense. Tiny droplets of water quickly freeze into small ice crystals. Those ice crystals are what form the white streak you see behind the aircraft. In other words, contrails are essentially man-made clouds. But contrails don't always look the same. Sometimes they disappear quickly. Other times they spread out and linger for hours. This depends on the humidity of the air at that altitude. If the air is dry, the ice crystals evaporate quickly and the contrail disappears. But if the air contains a lot of moisture, the ice crystals can remain in the atmosphere and even spread out into thin cloud-like layers. That's why some contrails stretch across the sky and slowly grow wider over time. There's another interesting detail about contrails. You'll sometimes notice that one airplane creates a long trail while another airplane nearby leaves none at all. That's because the atmosphere isn't the same everywhere. Temperature and humidity can change even within a few hundred feet of altitude. If the conditions are right, contrails form. If they're not, the exhaust simply disappears into the air. Contrails have actually been studied for decades by scientists, because when they linger and spread out, they can form thin cloud layers that slightly affect how sunlight and heat move through the atmosphere, but most of the time, they simply fade away. So the next time you see a long white streak stretching behind an airplane, remember, you're not seeing smoke, and it's not chemicals being sprayed into the sky. What you're actually looking at is something very simple: tiny ice crystals forming in freezing air. A cloud, created by a jet, flying thousands of feet above the Earth. And that's why airplanes leave white trails behind them. If you enjoy learning about the hidden science behind everyday things, make sure to subscribe to Curiosity Explained for more videos that break down how the world works.